all done in balletic form. And in front there are the pui trees swaying in the breeze. Little overcast this morning, but it lends to a beautiful day that the children will not be dehydrated. How fitting it is to have Tess's Savannah grass. So we're expecting to have 135 bands parade before our cameras this morning, and I know you're going to really enjoy this expression of the youth and the mass. Of course, the coverage of the mass, the costumes, bands have many more opportunities than do the adult mass. So this is the culmination of the joy where they are allowed to parade the streets of Port of Spain. They started this morning at 7 o'clock down at Woodford Square, working their way up Frederick Street. And we are going to see the first band on stage shortly. So we have the lovely structured balletic forms of the dance through Caribbean School of Dance here, live on TTT, the best carnival ever, 2019. Junior Republic Bank Parade of the Bands. Costumes by Ronald Guy James. Of course, everyone knows of his great sensitivity to the local costuming. Attention to detail. You see the kites that have just paraded before us. There they go. All the things that you would see on the Savannah grass. To the applause of the still small audience here at the Queen's Park Savannah, dubbed Carnival City. They go off stage now in keeping with that balletic move. So that's the beginning, the prelude to what is going to be wonderful sharing of the mass here at the Queen's Park Savannah, Carnival City. On TTT Live, Carnival 2019. So we expect that we're going to see the junior kings and queens and all the mass that is celebrated for this Carnival 2019. Hope you're going to stay with us on TTT as we bring it to you live and alive in your homes.
Good morning to all. And to all the children that are here this morning to take part in the Carnival celebrations. It has often been said that the children's mass is the purest form of the mass. It is where you see the excitement, the true exhilaration of being able to take part in a masquerade, to lose yourself in the joy of becoming something else just for a little while. And I want to congratulate Republic Bank and the organizers of this event, the NCC, for ensuring that it always comes off and the children are able to immerse themselves in the culture of Trinidad and Tobago. In this world where it's becoming increasingly easy to lose one's culture, to lose one's sense of self, it is important that we ground our younger generations in what our culture is and get them to love what we are. Because if we don't do that, we run the risk of them never being able to ground themselves and to settle themselves and to feel the kind of pride that we need, because it is patriots who build our country. And so events like these contribute to our patriotic younger generation who will do what they must to build this country, Trinidad and Tobago, of which we are all proud. So, as we start today, I want to wish all the participants good fun, a good carnival, a safe carnival, and it extends to the listening and viewing audience. And those who are seated here, my best wishes and that of the government of Trinidad and Tobago for a safe, enjoyable Carnival 2019.
Thank you, Dr. Nan Gadsby Dolly. And taking the microphone now is the president, the first female president of the Trinidad and Tobago Carnival Bands Association, Ms. Rosalind Gabriel.
I would like to extend a very warm welcome to everybody here today, to all the children who are lined up already to come in to the Savannah stage. And to say on behalf of the NCC, the chairman and the board, that we are very happy to welcome you all today, especially all the viewers on television. This is the first time in a long while that the population would be able to see the junior parade on TV. So thank you very much, and we'll get along with the program.
Thank you, Ms. Rosalind Gabriel, the president of the Trinidad and Tobago Carnival Bands Association, and Dr. Nayan Gadsby Dolly leaving the stage.
So we've had all the official comments from the Minister of Culture and the Arts, the Honorable Nayan Gadsby Dolly, followed by Rosalind Gabriel, the first commissioner of the Mass here at the Queen's Park Savannah, as we begin the parade of the bands. The Junior Mass, courtesy Republic Bank, here at the beautiful Queen's Park Savannah, surrounded by the hills, and I know that you're going to have a joyous experience here as we bring it to you live in your homes from the Queen's Park Savannah, dubbed Carnival City. I'm Judith Laird, and I hope you will enjoy the coverage that we bring to you. Of course, we are hoping to see 135 bands, junior parade of the bands here. They started, as I said earlier, from the square, Woodford Square, near the mayor's office, the Mayor Port of Spain, and they traversed Frederick Street right up to the Queen's Park Savannah. We take a break, and you'll rejoin us here on TTT Live.
Marsh Gras 2019 Carnival Sunday. Veteran multiple award-winning producer and artistic director Dalvin Thomas is at it again, bringing to Trinidad and Tobago this year's Marsh Gras production entitled Buku Reef, The Beauty Beneath the Surface. The journey begins from 5:30 p.m. with David Burrow and friends, comedians The Saint and David Melville, saxophonist Francis Prime and Ricardo Seals. The Beauty Beneath the Surface continues with Marshall Montano, Nyla Blackman, Destra, Blacks, Drupati, MX Prime, Ronnie McIntosh, Owen Winchester, Farmer Nappy, Nadia Batson, Patrice Roberts, and Mavis John. As the journey continues, the stage set will engulf with kings and queens of Carnival, Steel Pan Champs, Chutney Soca Monarch, Calypso Monarch, and Soca Monarch Champions, along with the Signal Hill Alumni Choir and Limbo Dancers. Get your tickets now at all NLCB outlets nationwide, online from suntix.com, and at the NCC ticket booth at the Savannah. For ticket details, call the NCC at 622-1670 or visit the website at ncctt.org. You need to be there to experience our magic on Carnival Sunday at the Marsh Gras 2019. One like no other.
The Junior Parade of the Bands is powered by The Junior Parade of the Bands is powered by
The winning numbers in the National Lottery online draws for Friday, 1st March 2019 at 10:30 a.m. Playway, the number 15 Sick Woman, Mega Ball called. Pick 2 numbers 20 and 29 in that order. Mega Ball called. Pick 4 numbers 0, 2, 7 and 9 in that order. At 1 p.m. Playway, the number 5 Pass Man, Mega Ball called. Pick 2 numbers 15 and 4 in that order. Mega Ball called. Pick 4 numbers 0, 9, 6 and 0 in that order. At 4 p.m., play away the number 35 Big Snake. Pick 2 numbers 21 and 23 in that order. Pick 4 numbers 8, 6, 9 and 6 in that order. At 7 p.m., play away the number 30 House Cat, Mega Ball called. Pick 2 numbers 8 and 23 in that order. Mega Ball called. Pick 4 numbers 1, 1, 9 and 2 in that order. Cash pot numbers 7, 11, 18, 14 and 10 in any order. Multiplier 1.
Welcome back to TTT's live coverage of Parade of the Bands, Junior Parade of the Bands here at the Queen's Park Savannah. And on stage is the first band, Ringmaster. They're assembling at that point. They're the judges. But today is just pure joy.
Make it a part of your plans. Junior Parade of the Bands.
We see the exuberance of the joys of the Trinidad and Tobago youth there in Trinidad and Tobago. sponsored by Republic Bank here at the Queen's Park, Savannah, as those children really enjoy themselves. A little overcast, but as I said, it gives them a good opportunity to play themselves. There we go. What joy as they jump up through Trinidad and Tobago sky. The catches Savannah grass, but even the children just love the music. Many parents are huddled around them, not really allowing us to really see the joy of the costumes. And we accept that the parents need to be there, but let's give the children an opportunity to play themselves as they are doing with this wonderful first band here, Ringmasters. And free up they are doing to the strains of catches Savannah grass. They leave the stage, the first band to cover this ground, the sacred ground of Savannah grass, Ringmaster. And of course it's so wonderful to see that the children are allowed now to celebrate in full costume, and they have all the opportunities to go to the various carnivals, the last one being the streets one.
The Junior Parade of the Bands is powered by
Here is a carnival tip to help keep you safe this carnival season in Trinidad and Tobago. When parking, be sure to respect signs on the road to avoid being towed away. Also, don't leave valuable articles, bags, books and other items in your vehicle. If you must, put them in the trunk. Eject your car radio face if you can. Don't encourage unscrupulous persons to break in and steal your precious things. That was your Carnival Safety Tip.
That Carnival Safety Tip was brought to you by Ramesh and Leela Supermarket, the East-West Corridor food champions for over 60 years.
Trinidad and Tobago's Carnival experience climaxes with the world-renowned Parade of Bands, an explosion of the greatest show on earth, unmatched by any other in the world. Bring the entire family to feel the excitement, rhythm and energy from the Queen's Park Savannah as the bands cross the big stage on Carnival Monday and Tuesday. On Carnival Monday, the show begins with the parade of traditional characters from 9 a.m. And on Carnival Tuesday, catch the vibe from 7 a.m. Grandstand and North Park tickets available at all NLCD outlets nationwide. Online from suntix.com and at the NCC ticket booth at the Savannah. For ticket details, call the NCC at 622-1670 or visit the website at www.ncctt.org.
The party start, the party shot, the party sweet.
The Junior Parade of the Bands is powered by
Doi doi, doi doi, doi doi. You are the party start. Doi doi, the party shot. Doi doi, the party sweet. Doi doi.
Welcome back to the Parade of Bands here at the Queen's Park Savannah. And on stage is Recycle. And of course this band is really recycling. Aha! And it's of course paying tribute to the environment. We see right before us lots of cans and so on. They've really used all the opportunities to show us the degradation of our environment and how we can put it right in a very clever way. There's a turtle going by with shell. It's so good to make the children conscious of the environment so that we can begin to save it, and it's never too late to begin that exercise. The scarlet ibis in front of us, of course, we need to preserve all of those swamps and the lands there of the natural crustaceans and so on. Nice idea parading in a circular form before the judges so that we can in fact have an idea of the sections as they go by. Recycling is the band on stage now. And of course, there we have some of the elements of the Trinidad and Tobago colors as well, speaking to recycling the home. A conglomeration of all the things that we need to stop and save the environment here in Trinidad and Tobago. And I think we are witnessing a classic example of the difference in climate change, as we are supposed to be in the height of dry season and be having so much inclement weather. What a wonderful costume. That is the plates and plastic cups that they have very cleverly made into this costume that we need to recycle and reuse. Done in a very clever way. So we have some of the floor members of the areas that we need to recycle. Beautiful movement in that skirt there. So we're going to have the doilies now. And a lovely spiral movement in that costume. The spirit of Carnival here at the Queen's Park Savannah Junior Parade of the Bands. Live on TTT, the best carnival ever. The band consisted of 5 sections of recycle and reuse. So we expect that these bands are going to move thick and fast now. We've had one band previously, and now we are witnessing the recycling. Giant use of paper cups and red and white paper cups. We won't say which brand that might be, that we can recycle and reuse. And they've certainly done great credit with that beautiful Elizabethan skirt, as that she has that masqueraded, which has a joy of parading. This is where it begins. This is the nursery for the mass Trinidad and Tobago Carnival. The use of fabrics very cleverly done, showing all the elements of recycle and reuse that we need to have. Of course, the criteria for the judging of these junior masks will consist of craftsmanship on stage, 15 points, creativity and authenticity, 30 points, use of color, 10 points, presentation, 10 points, portability, 10 points, originality, 15, and that is out of 100 points. Of course, the competitors can only register for one of the categories for children ages under 18, and they're going to groups 1 to 4, 5 to 7, 8 to 11, 12 to 17. The categories consist of the creative tropical, fantasy, historical, and original. As we continue to see this beautiful mask here before us. From India. Very symbolic that we saw there on camera. It seems all of them have decided to do it in a circular movement before the judges. There we go. That must be the tail end of the African section. All incorporating the Trinidad and Tobago colors. Trinidad and Tobago Sweet for Soul. That was that tiny little band that we saw there. Now we're going to have one of the characteristic bands that is just absolutely always beautiful. I don't know if the costumes are designed by Ms. Mahabir as usual, but this is out of the School of Dance, Noble Douglas's School of Dance, and part of the elements is that they have a show afterwards with these costumes. So the children get an opportunity to realize the dance, the street theatre that is Carnival, on stage here at Queen's Park, Savannah. Customarily designed by Meryl Mahabir, but I'm not sure if that is the case in this instance. No notes. as Lilliput Theatre leaves the stage, we are about to witnessing another band. Remember When, 1980. I do remember the king and queen of the band, which is in fact tribute to Minshall.
Band leader Cheryl Samuel.
So, the band leader, this morning I had the privilege of having Rosalind Gabriel, the head honcho. What joy, Rosalind, to see you at the helm. And I do thank you because it's not without experience. And finally I got you sitting next to me because you're usually so busy to speak to the parade of the junior parade of the bands. And what I mean, you can really tell us from the inside what joy the children actually experience. So they've been parading coming up from the Frederick Street
from
end.
the corner of the Brand Lara Promenade. But first of all, could I say good morning, Trinidad and Tobago?
I would love that.
And I'm so excited this morning because this is the first viewing of the Children's Carnival in a few years. No? Last year you did it. Okay. Well, I know we had a few years break, but I'm really happy that this is being broadcast because I know a lot of people who can't come out and who look forward to this every day. Every Carnival Saturday. So I'm very happy to be here with you.
Live on TV.
Yeah.
We have the privilege of Rosalind Gabriel.
It's strange to be in the savannah with no band.
Another hat.
Yeah, yes.
And it's a big set of shoes.
Yes, it's different and it has a lot more responsibility than bringing the band. So I'm happy to be here and to be serving in another capacity.
So we're going to be talking to the mass that we see before us on the monitors, and unfortunately we have to wait till the actual bands come before us.
Yeah.
And just before we do that, we're going to take a break, pay some bills, and come right back.
Sending a message. Registration once again, JSM 0022.
The band, I think it's Zebedee. Of course, the band is reversed, so we can't see it. But whatever, the children are having a ball here at the stage. Predominantly white costumes, as you can see.
I don't believe this is Zebba Peak because Zebba Peak is a large band. They need to turn the banner, yeah. Should I take a break and
these children look very angelic in their presentation with their halos and very good use of feathers, plumage. A band of angels, I'm sure. Oh, isn't that sweet?
Nothing cannot hold me down. When you see it, I got something. Anything from them to grab something. Anything, I just want to become something. Anything, what you want to grab something. Anything.
So I gather this is featuring Brazil, hence the colors of yellow and green. And for some reason, we need to suggest to the band leaders that they allow us to see their banners. But here we have a section, and I'm quite sure it's to do with Brazil. Very interesting reintroduction of the question of flags here and the costuming. Small band, I would say, and they use the flags to surround the costumes on the backpacks. Colors of the Brazilian flag. And now we have another section in the band. Beautiful butterflies. The base of which is the skirt. Huge collars that in fact help to support We'll be right back. Do come again.
Here is a Carnival tip to help keep you safe this Carnival season in Trinidad and Tobago. HIV/AIDS does not discriminate, and Carnival time is prime time for transmitting and contracting this and other sexually transmitted infections. Unprotected sex and drug use put you at a greater risk of becoming infected, so be smart, be safe, protect yourself always. Under the influence of drugs, you may not be aware of what you're doing and may do things you regret tomorrow. Know your limit. That was your Carnival safety tip.
That Carnival safety tip was brought to you by Ramesh and Leela Supermarket, the East-West Corridor food champions for over 60 years.
It's a bacchanal of savings at Ramesh and Leela this Carnival. Jump and save with the lowest prices on the East-West Corridor. Get in your section for weekly deals and big savings on every aisle. With Carnival cooler specials and everything you need for the vets and the road. Plus, save even more every time you use your value discount card. Ramesh is the Road March King this Carnival. Ship through our San Juan and Fable Village outlets. Your #1 community food store on the corridor.
Welcome to this morning's Playway Pick 2 and Pick 4 draw, supervised by independent auditors KPMG and presided over by the National Lotteries Control Board. Good luck, everyone.
Good morning. It's Saturday, March 2nd, 2019. Welcome to the drawing of the Playway Pick 2 and Pick 4 numbers and on Mega Ball promotion. First we draw today's Playway number. And the winning number is 21, the Lucky Mark Mouth. That number again, 21, the Lucky Mark Mouth. And now for Playway Mega Ball draw. This morning we start with the Mega Ball and 2 white balls. Remember, when any of the white balls call, there'll be no extra payout, and players would win the regular $26 for every $1 played on the winning mark. However, when the Mega Ball calls, if players paid an extra $1 for the Mega Ball, not only will they win $26 for every $1 played on the winning mark, but an additional $80 for every $1 played on the Mega Ball. And we have a Mega Ball. Congratulations, you're a Playway Mega winner. You've won $80 for every $1 played on the Mega Ball. You can win an extra $80 for every $1 played on the Mega Ball at every draw. And now we'll draw today's Pick 2 numbers. The first Pick 2 number is 21. That one again is 21. Now for second Pick 2 number. And the second Pick 2 number is 28. That one again is 28. This morning's winning Pick 2 numbers are 21 and 28 in that order. And now for Pick 2 Mega Ball draw. This morning our machine is loaded with the Mega Ball and 2 white balls. If the white ball calls, there'll be no extra payout. However, when the Pick 2 Mega Ball calls, if players paid an extra $5 minimum on the Mega Ball, not only will they win the base prize, but an additional Mega Ball prize. Congratulations, keep on playing. Remember, you can win an additional mega payout. And now let's show the winning numbers for this morning's Pick 4 draw. The first Pick 4 number is 3. That one again is 3. The second Pick 4 number is 5. That one again is 5. The third Pick 4 number is 3. That one again is 3. And the fourth and final Pick 4 number is 7. That one again is 7. I repeat, this morning's winning Pick 4 numbers are 3, 5, 3 and 7 in that order. Congratulations to all our Playway, Pick 2 and Pick 4 winners. Tonight's Lotto Plus jackpot is now an estimated $9,500,000. And now for some cashpot news. 7 lucky players who chose yesterday's 5 winning numbers, each won at $26,669. Congratulations to all you cashpot winners. Players win with our Scratch Game Cash Bonanza. Each $50 ticket gives you the chance to win cash prizes up to $400,000. 23 chances to win, scratch, match and win. Play today. Make payments easy with VIA. Purchase your Carnival event tickets, top up your phones, pay various utility bills, make your hire purchase and court maintenance payments at over 1,200 NLCB lottery centers nationwide. Skip to VIA, the place to pay. Thanks for viewing. Join us again at 1 p.m. for another Playway, Pick 2 and Pick 4 draw.
What's the mark? 23.
18. Water boot. The mark today is 28.
How is choosing numbers?
Every time I dream something, I can't tell anyone anything.
Walking down the road, you see 5 board on the wire. You play 23, you play 5.
If they play king, you will hear like kingfish or rat snake or 3 blind mice.
So whenever I dream, I come and play by myself, and every single day I win.
Who will reign supreme? Be viewing TTT and tune into Talk City 91.1 FM Saturday 2nd March as we broadcast live from the Queen's Park Savannah, the National Panorama Finals, presented by Trinbago. Who will take home the title Panorama Champion 2019? It's the National Panorama Finals, Saturday 2nd March on TTT and Talk City 91.1 FM. Powered by...
The party start, the party shot, the party sweet.
So we're continuing the wonderful... Welcome back to TTT's coverage of the Junior Parade of Bands here at the Queen's Park Savannah. On stage now, we've got a new band. Reflections through the eyes of the image. And these children are moving at a pace with it's amazing. They really do have the ability to move. I don't know why they sort of flew off the stage there. I guess the bands are now coming in thick and fast. And you're witnessing the junior parade of the bands here at the Queen's Park Savannah. So what essentially they do is to show their banners, display their banner to the judges, and then move across the stage. So we often hope that we have the privilege of seeing what the band is before us. So we have before us Margaret and Associates. Margaret and Associates. Rhythm to make you dance, and they surely are doing that. Margaret and Associates, get in your section. I would imagine this is an amalgam of all the elements that are Trinidad and Tobago, displaying their duets and the heritage of Trinidad and Tobago.
And it says on the banner, rhythm to make you dance.
A lovely little balletic form here in pink and blue. And I like the use of the materials, Roslyn.
Yes, they use the net. It's
Sort of net.
tulle. It's
Yeah.
tulle. It looks like
Yeah.
tulle. And I'm almost positive that there's some hand painting there. There's some hand painting on the skirts. And they have on pretty pink shoes.
Topical category, on stage, section, ballet, disco, salsa, and now, Bollywood. Section number 4, Bollywood. Section number 5, Baby. Section number 5, Baby. From the band, Rhythm to Make You Dance. JNN 0018. Section number 6, All That Jazz. All That Jazz from the band Rhythm to Make You Dance. JNN 0018. Topical category put on by Margaret and Associates. Non-school category. This is the Junior Republic Band Parade of the Bands 2019. Right here.
And the yellow section is moving off.
We're talking Calypso, Steel Band, and of course,
It looks like the last section of this band is coming on now.
We have them going very fast and quick.
I went down to town this morning before the first band arrived there, and it was moving very smoothly. The Republic band left first, of course, as usual, and pretty shortly after that, about 18 bands mobilized.
Right, well, we're told that we're going to have 135 bands coming before us at the Queen's Park Savannah here at the Republic Band Junior Parade of the Band.
Yes, and also too, when I arrived in town this morning, the rain looked like it was threatening, but thank God so far it's held up.
Right.
So the children can have their best times today.
And I think the fact that it's overcast means that the children won't get dehydrated and stuff easily.
Correct.
Here we do have a new band coming, Trinity Mass. So we're going to take a break and come right back.
JMN 004, Trinimas, through the years, topical category, a presentation of Ella's creative delusions in the non-school category. We await section number 1. This is Mass.
Meet the Smiths. They actually might be a family of superheroes because they're always saving the day. Here's how. Saturday morning, Mommy gets a call from Dad saying he was busy buying a doubles and got wrecked and all his cash and wallet was in the car. So now he's stranded. Mom simply reminds Dad that he can get cash using Cardless Cash on the Republic mobile app. With Cardless Cash, you can send funds to anyone with a mobile phone, even to yourself. Download the app today and start saving the day with Cardless Cash from Republic Bank.
The party start, the party shot, the party sweet.
Life is on, it goes on and on. For GLTE, going strong. From dusk till dawn, life is on, it goes on and on. For GLTE, going strong. From dusk till dawn, I post it, I gram it, I tweet it, I snap it, I share it with me mobile, life is on. I post it, I gram it, I tweet it, I snap it, I share it with me mobile, life is on.
Covered. Sign up today. Life is on with B-Mobile.
The party start, the party shot, the party sweet.
Tobago's culture and all the things around us to bring the mass alive.
Of course, we have the element there of the sailors.
Yes.
And they've got their sticks. One of the things that the Trinidad mass used to have before it had been standards and so on were sticks, flags, and those elements have kind of gone. But I see that we're reliving them in the children's mass.
Yes, and that's correct. And also too, we saw an element of Africa in a section that passed as well.
When are you going to create a band, Rosie? What is the first thing that you do?
Create.
Well, that's always a good start, right?
Yes.
And then do you get it in a dream?
Yeah. Normally I tell the story all the time about 3 in the morning. I would say my prayers, go to sleep, and tell the Lord, I'm ready for the inspiration because it all comes from Him. And inevitably, it's at 3 o'clock in the morning thing that, an idea would pop into my head, and then there would be no sleep for the rest of the night. And here we have another man coming on and finish the story a little later.
And of course, it's always wonderful to see again the traditional elements of the fancy India before us. The plumage.
It looks very beautiful from here. It looks so beautiful from here. We've seen traditional Indian mask coming along, and we see one of the big characters too. Not quite yet evident on the stage, but you'll soon see it. And it's a multitude of colors.
Of course, you have the element of
the feathers, yes.
The totem pole.
Correct.
Yes. And the wings.
Yes.
Always an eagle or some form that is tradition with the fancy India.
Correct.
And and he leads, and we have this wonderful little entourage of
little Indians behind, and they all perform so beautifully in a line. That's one of the traditions with Indian mass. They come on in a line.
Well, they also have to do their powers,
yes,
right?
Correct.
And so they end up in a circular form. And I like the concept of repeating the feathers at the bonnets at the back, and again their girdles in the front, as we can see this side.
Very pretty band on the stage.
And the use of the white colored feathers just
very
brings
effective.
out, yes,
very effective.
So you have the inner circle of the orange, and we come outwards, radiating the feathers. Here on stage at the Queen's Park Savannah, as we bring to you live on TTT, the Junior Parade of Bands.
And I would say, Judith, that our traditional mass is alive and well. We've seen it in the kiddies' mass.
In front of us now we've got the ladybugs.
Yes.
I always was fascinated, and I think children are fascinated by ladybugs as well, because you don't know where they come from. They just emerge, and the red and black is really quite of the elements of the ladybird.
Did you make out the name of this band, Judith?
St. Agnes Anglican Primary.
Right. So we have a school band.
Spiders.
Right. We have a school band on stage.
So they're taking all the different kinds of insects
and
we have my favorites, butterflies.
Yes.
And they've used the concept very wisely. So they put them the wingspan at the back of them.
Right.
And the pattern structure of butterfly wings is always quite creative.
And the colors of the butterflies.
Yes.
Pink and blue.
Another small band of category junior parading the bands courtesy of Robert Black, JSM 001 and 2. All fun and games. Practicing category put up by August and the company please grab them. Unschool category.
Okay, on stage we are having another band called Orphan and Games. So Orphan and Games, that is, I'm sure you remember tic-tac-toe.
Right. We all played that.
Yes, and the idea, I love the learning element, the teaching element of introducing these things to children, because it also is an exercise for your mind. The question of how you use the pattern of the X's and the circles, very symbolic. Black and white, because you would be doing that graphically on paper.
Right.
Still using a pen or a pencil. We need to remember that we could still write. So the dominant color is the black and white hair that we have to show the graphic
of the
representation.
Yes.
And off screen there, what would they be? Hula hoops. And a very good exercise element there of a hula hoop. We need to, perhaps in our Middle Ages, reuse and recycle the hula hoops, right?
And hula hoops are used a lot in Carnival too. I noticed that a man that passed already, they had hula hoops with paper plates attached.
Oh yes, that was the recycle and reuse band.
Yes, that was a good band, yes.
This looks like shacks, and again, maybe you could share with our viewing audience the question of the girdles and those kinds of elements and colors that they use in the mask to strengthen the costuming.
Yeah, because we always try to use colors that pop and would attract the child to play in the mass. You know, if the colors are not very very loud, the kids are not attracted to join the section. Because when they see the design in the mass camp, they literally zone into the one that they like. And so the colors are very, very important. There are some colors we don't usually use a lot because the children are not attracted to them.
That's very interesting.
Yes,
so the parents generally allow them to choose the band?
Most times the kids choose what they want because you see them gravitate. And it's very interesting when the kids come to the band launch. They gather around the picture or the design that they are attracted to. And you'll see them move away, come back with another little friend. The two of them would look at it, they'll move away, come back again with some more, and they join the sections in groups, the ones that they are attracted to. And they have some colors that like red, you know, the children love a red section, they love a turquoise section. Silver, and gold, those colors really, and red, white and black. Red, white and black, as it goes up, it sells out.
And so, that's interesting because those are national colors.
Yes, that's
so
correct.
There is a synergy.
Yes.
And maybe originally those colors were chosen just for the very reasons that you speak to.
Yes.
So we're going to take a break and come right back. I have the pleasure of having beside me Rosalind Gabriel, previous band, how should I say, organizer and everything.
Pleasure to be
several
here.
times with us.
Pleasure to
stay
be
with
here.
us here on TTT.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
for me and you, and I think to myself,
what a wonderful world.
The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
The Junior Parade of the Bands is powered by
The winning numbers in the National Lottery online draws for Saturday, 2nd March 2019 at 10:30 a.m. Playway, the number 21 mouth, Mega Ball called. Pick 2, the numbers 21 and 28 in that order. Pick 4, the numbers 3, 5, 3 and 7 in that order.
The party start, the party shot, the party sweet. Topical category put on by Fun Time.
Welcome back to the live coverage of the Junior Parade of the Bands here at the Queen's Park Savannah. And Andrew declared, and alongside me is Rosalind Gabriel, we have the privilege of talking you through these wonderful costumes. On stage now is for the love of Calypso. And the elements of Calypso that we're seeing here, of course, looks like the dancers. Originally, the format was that there was a particular dance that we used to do for Calypso.
Right.
I know that's gone out of the window now. It's jam on wine, right?
Yes.
But nevertheless, they're showing the patterns here, the dance patterns, and of course, reminiscent of Julia Edwards. She was the lead that was responsible for making sure, of course we had the Grand Dame, people like Beryl McBurney and so on that led that whole question of dance that is so intrinsic. And here we have a major costume on stage.
Yes. Very beautiful. I believe we saw this costume in the final on Wednesday night.
With the butterflies at the back?
Yes.
Nature's Plan.
Nice movement, Judith.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Nature's Plan incorporated the whole question of the butterflies and all the elements. There we have the bees. Yes. And it's always interesting to see how they simulate the color of the gold. And bees actually have that iridescence and look gold when you look at their wingspan. These children, I think it's so lovely to have a child play a bee because they have that energy that the bee would...
and the band is nicely presented too.
What do you mean by that precisely?
Because some of the bands come on with a lot of adults in the band and hide the children, but you can see this band clearly.
And of course, the Bees melody that we saw would be Kitchener's Bees melody.
Right.
And it was zoom, zoom, zoom.
Very nice band.
It always is fascinating the way that you can use strips of fabric to give the strength. And of course those are the musical notes atop. And the strips can almost, depending on how you put them together, depict anything.
Yes, and if you recall the Mokojambi costume,
the winner.
Yes.
Beautiful diaphragm.
Beautiful, yes. And also too the runner-up to the king was another beautifully put together costume in the same strips you mentioned. It was very, very effective when the lights hit. And so the strips do really move nicely in the breeze and is very effective in the use in costumes.
How do you decide these days we've figured out cane and all of those materials that have bounce?
Yeah.
How do you decide where you use what? Also, that net that we see at the background that disappears completely.
And yes, the net disappears and it also helps the masquerader with breeze.
Right.
So the breeze passes through the net and so the child could carry the costume much easier.
And the element of always having an umbrella over the top literally makes a statement at the top. They can use it as a back to give you that formation or overhead.
And also too, a band leader always looks for effect for the Savannah stage. Anything that makes the child's form look bigger, because obviously the stage is so big. When the children get here, they could get lost easily. So the form of the umbrella, also the form of a fan behind on the back gives the child, strengthens the size of the child and gives the band a very, very strong look as far as size goes.
And again, we have a very strong element of borokeets in front of us. That traditional carnival element. We know that the East Indian one was a different kind of borokeet.
Called the Sumari.
Right. Yes. And here we have the borokeet, which allows that movement of the borokeet. One is in fact a horse head and the other one is a donkey's head.
Yes, that is correct.
And in the East Indian pantheon, a gatka, it's really a Hindu dance that you would see incorporated in that element. Now we have the floor members.
Yes.
Again, the windmills, always an effective tool as well.
Yes.
Being held by the child like a standard.
Correct.
So you get a double movement with the child here in the Burakit costume. I love the amalgam of the Burakit and the African element also there. That
very, very effective. Very effective. I love the Burakit costume.
Here we had just now on stage the fan element that you were talking about.
Yes.
And here again we have the use of what would be airplanes? I'm not quite seeing that.
I'm not quite connecting.
No.
It's a little difficult to understand the use of the airplane here.
So here we have Kaiso. That a section is going to come on. And it's always wonderful when we have tributes to actual creative elements of culture, be it pan, mass, and Kaiso.
I've done a few tributes myself.
I remember,
over the years.
yes. I think your finale was a tribute as well. I'm sure somebody's going to prod you into doing some mass again, and I hope that you had some interns while you were doing it.
It's very hard for me to not produce mass, and although I didn't have a band this year, I did do one for Tobago. So
here we have the elements of the pan used through the collar.
Yes.
And again, as you said, this is very well displayed mass because they're doing a circular movement
They're doing
on
a
stage.
circular movement, and there are some skirts on stage that have fiberglass in them, and they have a nice twist to them, black and white.
That would be cane at the bottom.
Yes,
As opposed to
fiberglass. Fiberglass. It's best in skirts to use fiberglass. It's more hardy than cane. Sometimes the cane might tend to break.
And that section we're saying there is let's play music. These key figures that I think that's patterned on the African mask that's just past the
Right.
screen.
And there are a few big costumes in between.
Again, a lovely use of color and that open fabric that gives us always the element of both like water droplets.
Yes.
I like always how they edge the costume to make it stand out with some color, depending on what they're trying to achieve. So we have this celebratory move here of the pan, all out of the band with Kaiso.
And with the colors again, red, black and white.
here we have a beautiful blue and silver costume.
Correct.
Again, as I said, I love those circular forms.
Lovely movement. Lovely movement.
A whole series of discs that lifted.
And this was definitely one of the contestants in the final. I remember.
It looks as good from the back as it does from the front.
Yes. Juniors are great masqueraders, aren't they?
Tell me about the forms that you use, like circles and triangles, and when you would say the application would be that. So we're taking a break and we'll be right back.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Boy, boy. Boy, boy. Boy, boy. You are the party start. Boy, boy. The party shot. Boy, boy. The party sweet. Boy, boy.
But of course, the final.
Welcome back to the coverage of the Parade of the Bands, Junior Parade of Bands, and alongside me is Rosalind Gabriel. What a privilege!
Happy to be here.
Yes. So we have a little love, but I was asking you about the elements, circles and squares and triangles. How would you best use those forms in a costume?
Well, it depends on what we're trying to portray. And so most times when, like, supposing that we trying to portray something to do with the sea, the shape that we would have on the child would be more like a fan, obviously like a sea fan or a seashell. And so it depends on the portrayal that we would decide whether it's a circle or whether it's half a circle or whether it's a triangle. So we did a rainbow once, and we used a circle because we were able to get all the colors in the circle, and also we try to look for different shapes because sometimes the shapes repeat themselves over the years, and it just depends on the costume we portray.
Right, so we have on stage Nuka Saligwa Saka, a tribute to Francesca Russo. And that band is coming on stage now, so I must say it's quite a privilege. So the viewer is now going to be really clear as to how the forms of the costumes are derived.
Yes.
We see coming on stage again some kind of element there of the Elizabethan skirt.
Yes.
An angel, I'm guessing there.
Yes, I'm seeing wings.
Now, would you have used a sort of triangular form there again on the backpack to? I would say it gives a very hard edge rather.
Yeah, but we're still not sure until we get
closer view.
Yeah, a closer view what the portrayal is. There must be a reason for the triangular shape in the center of the two wings, but we can't see it as yet. And there again we have a skirt that would have fiberglass to hold it out.
In tiers?
Yes.
So that you get different levels?
Yes, very important. Fiberglass. And here they come.
Sunflowers.
Sunflowers. You can't miss this one.
No. And the thing about sunflowers, it's such a joyous flower.
Yes.
The bright yellow with the centers.
Makes you feel happy.
Always, always.
Yes.
I think that is one of God's chosen flowers.
Well portrayed.
And yes, replicating the...
And this is one of the important things in Kinney's Mass, that children like to see or to know what they are portraying. In my humble opinion, after 40 years in Mass, children don't like abstract Mass. They like to know whether they are a bird, a flower, what am I, and what part am I taking in the band.
Here again we see the elements of the umbrella.
Very
and a day like today, they'll serve dual purpose.
And it's effective too. The umbrella is an effective shape in the Mass.
Yes, coupled with the hat, you get a total look on the costume. From the depths of the levels of the skirts, and I like how they have gone from yellow to the different tones in a very subtle way.
These productions take a long time. Sometimes we start in July to be able to get through the production and finish it in time.
And do you still, across the board, would you say most of the bands and band leaders use local labor and fabric and everything?
Yes, the junior bands definitely are into locally produced bands. Artisans are local. All the workers are local. The junior bands are not into producing the bands, as far as I know. In China and Asia, like the adults do.
I must say that I don't know whether you would say this is a fair statement, but we must tribute Minchell with the question of having these skirts.
Yes.
The circular player that has the movement with the cane or with the fiberglass now that allows the children double movement, so they can hold the scales up and the skirts up and play with them, as well as let them have that movement that they achieve.
Well, I always say that all the innovation in Mass that we learned it from Minchell.
And then you went on
no
to
doubt
develop.
about it. Yes. And too, in my career as a band leader, I always looked at the detail of Wayne Barclay's costumes and the innovation and the graphic content of Minchell's costumes, and learn from them.
It's interesting here, as I said, the Children Mass has still retained the standard. So we're seeing that circular element held atop, even with the quattros.
Yes. And if I'm not mistaken, I think we're seeing like a standard.
Yes.
And you know, it would be nice to see standards creep back into Mass.
Yes, because it definitely gives
the
depth
height
to the band.
The height and the movement.
Yes. And also, you could articulate whatever you wanted to say through the standards as well.
Yeah, it's very, very important to be able to identify what the child is portraying, even without a section banner. That's one of the things I always strive to.
This one is called
hard to read.
Yeah. That's the other thing, that the graphics that we used to have long ago would be very clear. And we need to re-educate, not because we have such a proliferation. Jardin, anyway, we'll see it as it comes by. And the thing about I think it's Neg Jardin, the old costumes of the elements that used to be portrayed before, where they have the working in the garden. You see the holes and the in fact it's orange and green with a yellow stripe that all are earth tones and colors.
Try as I might, I'm not making out the writing on the banner.
Neg Jardin, and minstrel.
Yeah.
So Neg Jardin was an old costume that used to be portrayed in the traditional mass, where they would go from house to house in the country, particularly trying to clean up people's houses over Carnival for some kind of fee. And they don't seem to be disturbed by the rain that has come down.
They're having a ball, aren't they?
They really are. That's the joy of playing mass when you're a child, particularly. And as I was saying earlier before you came on to help us, this is a nursery for the big mass. And one of the things I think I would love to hear you persuade is that all the fancy beads and bikini masks start to produce kings and queens, because you can't have a band without a king or a queen. You know, that's the leadership, that's the strength of the mass.
And there's no story without a king and queen.
Here we have, I remember this costume.
This is the junior queen of Carnival.
Absolutely wonderful. And
amazing.
The Scarlet Ibis.
Yes.
It portrays the beauty of our national bird, the Scarlet Ibis, Junior Queen of Carnival, 2019.
Masquerade, isn't it?
Jemiah Walters, I think her name is.
Jemiah Walters.
Yes. Oh, it's really coming down heavily now.
She's playing mass in pouring rain.
Yeah, it's really pouring down now.
And the band is coming along in the pouring rain. Hats off to these children.
Well, at least this is their swan song, as it were. The last time that they can enjoy the costumes. Maybe Sunday there are some opportunities, yes?
Yes. Tomorrow downtown Casimir's competition, downtown Porterspeed.
So they still need all the elements of their costume to be intact.
But a lot of the times these costumes dry off and look perfect even after they get soaked.
What about the ones with plumage, like we're seeing some in the distance there, right in front of us? This is a beautiful, again, element of the sailor mask.
Yes.
And these with the ermine and stuff on the edge, would they be all right?
Swans down feathers are a problem, but when we do get wet, we just take a blow dryer to them. Yes.
Wonderful. I know they couldn't do that in years gone by. So again, that form that you were telling us about, they're parading in a circle.
Very effective.
How did that kind of choreography come about? Did you all just find that it was the best way to display the mass?
Yes. Usually, if the band gets to make a circle, with like what they're doing now, it makes the costumes more effective when the children bunch together.
Yes, because of course it consolidates the elements. As we see here, the red, black and white at top.
My favorite color.
Yes, and then we have that gold element, just picking it up.
Very interesting mix with the gold.
Yes.
And probably those skirts could be brown cotton. See?
Here, the Queen of Carnival.
Here comes the Queen.
I wonder what this one would be, again, based on the element. Oh, I think maybe this is another section.
Yes, I think another section is on the edge
Warriors.
of the stage.
Or is this a new band altogether? Yes, I think so.
Looks like a new band.
Yeah. Warriors.
Meet the Smiths. They actually might be a family of superheroes because they're always saving the day. Here's how. There was this time when Alfred was at home watching the big game and got a call from Jen. She had gone to the mall to get a dress when she realized that Mom never remembered to give her the cash. Dad simply used cardless cash on Republic Online, which lets you send funds up to $500 daily to anyone with a mobile phone, even to yourself. Download the app today and start saving the day with cardless cash from Republic Bank.
The Junior Parade of the Bands is powered by
The African elements we see here. And of course warriors must have that form. Soccer warriors with the football again. Good use of it there. See, the football again uses a standard to portray. I wonder how that babe in arms or in the
I'm seeing standards here against Spears. It's standards of Spears, yes.
Shields and spears. The banners again, the elements of banners. The squares on the banner that would depict some kind of form that would add to the graphically to the costume element of.
I'm trying to make out the section banner to see the name of it, but I haven't. Here it comes.
We had, of course, pass in front of us the samurai warriors, but they're gone now. This is, I think, a new band that's about to come up.
Yes.
I would guess it's something to do with safari, but we hope that they will come closer to us. Trini Safari. That's an interesting one. Trini Safari, what would that be? Where would we go on safari in Trinidad? The Carnival Swamp?
To the Carnival Swamp, to the Devil's Woodyard, places like that, I believe.
All the heritage sites. Yes. American Indian, a fancy Indian type mask here. What we're doing was that we really need to preserve children's ears and hearing. There really does not need to be that level, that decibel level. It's too loud, especially for children. On the top,
it's awfully loud.
So there's this beautiful mass in front of us. Again, with depicting elements of the pan that they've used in epaulets. And again, another sailor band, fancy sailor, replicated with an amalgam of feathers.
And there are 3 individual costumes on the stage right now.
So
and all in the sailor tradition.
So within the mass band display here, will you be judging the individuals as well today?
Yes, well, they are not judged today. They have been judged already last week Sunday.
Right.
And the Kings and Queens finals, were Wednesday. So they would just be parading to strengthen the band today.
Right. So they're free to enjoy themselves completely.
Yes.
Here we have iguana, it seems like, and we have the elements of green. I think that's always a strong color that you can use the different tones of green. Awesome.
Very beautiful, very beautiful and effective. When there's a costume in shades of the same color, it's very effective.
And of course, protected species of the ocelot, indigenous to Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes.
And of course, we can't say the same of the iguanas because it's delicacy for the palate.
Yes,
unfortunately.
Unfortunately, I really get upset when we pass and see them
selling them on the highway.
It's distressing.
And here we have flamingos. Again used as a standard, and I think that is so wonderful.
It's creeping back into them.
Yes.
Very, very, very effective.
You know, how in Trinidad do we depict the difference between the scarlet ibis and the flamingo? Is it the difference in the
scarlet ibis is red.
Is absolutely a
bright red.
From the crustaceans and so on of their diet.
Yes.
And the flamingo is what?
Pink. Pink.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is a sort of a fuchsia.
Yes, fuchsia pink.
On stage we have the owl section. We see again attached to the backpack so that it would give you that feel of a level of the owl. The eyes particularly that are so...
The eyes are very pronounced, and so you can't help but know it's an owl, which is a good thing in Kiddies Carnival. The identity of what they are playing and how they fit into the story of the band.
Again, the beautiful tones that they managed to capture. So we have coming on stage now a new band that is all about the fun, which is what today's parade, Junior Parade of the Bands, here in Trinidad and Tobago, as we get to the climax of Trinidad and Tobago's Carnival, the greatest show on earth. All about the fun, and these children are having fun. And now that the rain has passed,
and it never stopped them. They just flowed on the stage.
Carry on regardless.
In the heavy downpour.
All about the fun. Different tiers of layers here and the skirts. Oh, here we go. Tiny mites.
All about the fun.
You're right. They must be about 3 years old or so, Rosalind.
I would say a little more like 4, but yes, there could be 1 or 2 3-year-olds there too.
Scattered amongst them. It always amazes me how, once left alone by the parents, they will enjoy the music. Real gay abandon. Not having to do it on any alcohol or any other kind of substance.
The kids just hear the music and they go.
So we take a break now and come right back.
Genius. Genius. Wicked genius. You that with so little achieved so much. Knowing how to calculate the dimensions of that helium-filled balloon, successfully lowering the gravitational pull on the pacifier, so you could enjoy a KFC Big Lime Bucket. 8 pieces of delicious chicken and 6 regular sides for only $99. More for less. Genius.
The party start, the party shot, the party sweet.
Fancy sailors here before us. And you know, one of the interesting elements of fancy sailors that we don't always have these days, we had the red-nosed sailor, we had
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
For me and you, and I think to myself,
what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
The party start, the party shot, the party sweet.
Had another band, we had another band based on the theme of sweets earlier on.
I remember you did a band on sweets, and that was all the different candies, the candy cane.
Correct.
Oh, that was a strong one.
Yes.
You actually felt you could eat those sweets.
Yeah, the portrayal is important, and you know, making the costume look so real.
We have a nice cluster of costumes there, complete with those. That might be some kind of lollipop, right?
Yes.
Ice lollipop.
Lollipop, yes.
Ice lollipop.
Yes.
But again, using the traditional sailor to depict whatever they want to do. And then these are Elizabethan skirts that they get the breath out of when you come to them. There we go.
Nice big
lollies.
Yeah. And all the different flavors depicted by the colors.
Yes. Lemon and yellow. What would the yellow one be? I don't know. What would the yellow be?
It could be mango, it could be passion fruit.
So all the sweets, the peppermints replicated there as part of their headpieces.
Yeah.
From the band, Sweet the Soul. And that show again gave us the tiered look of a cake. The left layers of a cake. This now, what is it?
Was this?
I like the use of the vocal jockey there as well. What sweet would that be?
Here comes the, I wonder if it could be, it's purple and silver, correct?
Yes. Some kind of mint, because some of them was rappers. Power mint. There you go. The band.
Power mint.
It's too fast. I hope Diana funded this band.
Well, it's a good thing you mentioned sponsorship, because I would like to encourage corporate Trinidad and Tobago to support the junior bands. They don't get sponsorship easily. also too in the adult band, like from medium, in the medium categories come down, it's very, very difficult for those bands to get sponsorship. And we really need to support our culture. So
we do indeed. As we see the parade of bands here live on at the Queen's Park Savannah, we see the Peanut Brittles just got before us there, and the Harvest.
And now we have a little hint of sunshine in between the dark clouds.
Yes. He is speaking to us.
Yes.
I remember once seeing a rainbow. Actually, last year there were 2 rainbows right there. So here we have on stage, Let's Play. And I think it must be the one with the cards.
Yeah, we see playing cards and individuals.
That's a very strong costume. Yeah. Again, depicting the cards and the jacks and all the key ones. The Queen. They've used spades and cards.
You remember years ago, Edmund and Dilhad produced a band called Playing Cards?
Yes. I remember that. Was it Kate Christopher that played that?
Yes, I think she was the Queen.
Yes.
Yes.
It just flashed.
Yes.
Again, the huge skirt that is the Elizabethan skirt form that we have incorporated into the mask and used very successfully.
Moving nicely.
How do we sort of caution photographers and not the stage hands, but the photographers and all the various elements that really do not need to be on stage, that really don't lend to the production of the mass, you know?
No, this is one of the things that I'm very particular with. Adults on the stage in the junior presentation. I think there should be a spot for the photographers. I know they're anxious to...
There is a spot.
They're not
somehow
in the
they don't
spot.
like to use it.
Yes, they're not in the spot.
Well, I think that goes across the board. They like to teeth a shot that is different.
And even so, on the way down Frederick Street, on the way to the Savannah, they literally get in front of the bands and actually stop the band, the flow of the band, if they see a costume that they would like to photograph.
Well, you have your work cut out for you, for rites of mass, etc. And here we have a beautiful costume in front of us, playing cards.
And you see how nicely that skirt is moving, Judith?
Yes.
Yes.
But we have an amalgam of the two.
We have 2 costumes on stage.
One that is really very iridescent, and the central element being green.
And it's very fortunate the sun is out now because it's picking up that iridescent reflection on the green and the...
So that's always nice when you have the layers and you embellish the layers with a floral element or some decorative element to enhance what you're trying to convey. Like these teardrop shapes. That they use a reflective mirror foil.
Yes. Very effective.
Let's play pitch. Oh, the marbles. That always works. Again in a circle, because if it were on the ground, you would have a circle and measure. So I hope that these band leaders use that as a teaching element to educate on all those games, and the children can come out and get physical again on the ground with things like marbles and pitch and hopscotch and so on. In front of us we have, I don't know what that particular playing would be.
I was just trying to make out that one there. There's a banner.
It's saying let's play mass though. It doesn't say what.
There's a steel band. Yes. Can't miss this one.
Yeah. So this one's clear as a bell. Interesting that they've used gold instead of the silver.
Correct.
But because the chroming of the pans would generally be in silver.
Looks very beautiful.
But you are allowed poetic license.
Artistic license.
Yes.
And the sun is picking up on it really nicely.
Play mass. Did you see that one? It's amazing that the journeying up here, they don't seem to be tired at all. They seem to have a lot of energy.
And if you give them a chance, they'll come off the savannah and continue on. Some of the bands do go back to Woodbrook if they get the police permission. So
with the music?
Yes. Some of the bands would do that. And this band utilized skirts very beautifully. Almost every section.
I love that pitch thing. Yeah. So now in front of us we have Zulu Warriors. So as the last band leaves the stage, let's play. We have following in quick succession Zulu Warriors. And of course this gives an opportunity to have the traditional African element of the mass. The swans down butterfly element there.
Right, and it's not looking like it suffered because of the rain though. Still looks effective. Isn't that cute?
Absolutely.
He cannot be more than two, Judith. I think he cannot be more than two. And he's having a ball.
Completely. Again, that circle forming a little powwow there.
A lot of the bands did the circle today so far.
I think the tune of choice, this
Savannah Grass,
is so wonderful by Tess, and it's so applicable to. Yes. I mean, that is really divinely inspired. Oh, look at that one!
I know.
It's great. And I love the little antenna for the butterfly with feathers, black feathers.
That is so
coupled with the apron. So we're going to take back. Next on stage at the Junior Parade of the Bands, courtesy Republic Band. Here at the Queen's Park, Savannah, dubbed Carnival City. As we culminate the mass for children of Carnival 2019. A lot of the decisions have been made who are the king and queen, junior king and queen, senior kings and queens of Carnival, the Calypso monarchs. All that is left to be decided is this evening's panorama. Will Renegades do it again? Will Desperados overtake them? So, of course, the junior panorama has already passed. So let's get back to the mass as they continue to enjoy the essence that is Trinidad and Tobago's Carnival, where they can parade all over the country, not just on a parade route. That is the element that makes Trinidad and Tobago's Carnival so different. Here we have the Pierrots running ahead of us.
Pierrots passed already, and now we have Borokids now. And I'm seeing some sailors, but they don't seem to be in section though, Judith.
Well, they have some element of section.
Yes.
Here we have the heroes. And again, that element of strips is so much part of the Pero costume.
It's so nice to see our traditional mass in the juniors.
Yes. It is indeed.
Yes. I don't think...
And that would be the dragon that we saw from the dragon mass. And a lot of sailors, fancy sailors.
Lovely sailors.
Stoking the fire.
Those could be the fire stokers.
Yeah, they're the stokers,
those are
definitely.
The stokers, yes.
And they're doing the dance that goes along with it. So they've been clearly tutored well.
Yes.
Crossing. So we take a break and come right back here to the Junior Parade of Bands here at the Queen's Park Savannah.
My sisters, come let us go. Massy have everything for you. Quality goods, the best for true. Massy, you can make. Come on. Go in Massy stores cause they're leading. Massy stores have everything. Balance and grocery shopping. Massy stores they have for you. Like you don't understand, well hear me. Massy is the best in the country. No other can do it like Massy. No, baby, no. Tell the park your groceries in a Massy bag. Massy stores is asking T&T. Johnny cause to help we country. And for who did the part, thank you for more heart. Massy stores is doing everything they can do. Massy stores, come let us go. Massy have everything for you. Quality goods, the best for true. Massy looking mad. This is Farmer Happy for Massy stores. Our family serving your family. Come on. Na 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 na. Boy boy. Boy boy. Boy boy.
We're back live at the Queen's Park, Savannah, as we celebrate the Mass. The Junior Parade of Bands here on stage now is the Spirit of Paramin, and synonymous with that, of course, are all the elements of the Blue Devils that we saw before us there. Here we have the Blue Devils, Paramin and Blue Devils. Celebrating another kind of Mass that would come out of Paramin, that is just a fancy kind of Mass. Pretty big band for Paramin. Maybe it's depicting all the herbs and spices that you would in fact have in your garden there. And now we have another section which we can't quite discern. Bongo fever. And of course the bongo was a particular kind of dance done at wakes, but I'm not sure I can make the connection, but beautifully depicted here. Again with the use of circles and the Paramin and the quattros and the whole musical element. One of the things that I learnt about Paramin is that they also have strong parang feels and musically, and here we have the basket of fruit and so on that is synonymous with Paramin. We saw the jeep that would take you up to Paramin, and these are the baskets of produce that would come out of Paramin. Paramin is mainly agricultural area. So we have another band, they're beginning to come thick and fast as we share with you on camera the Junior Parade of Bands. Out of this world. We have, and that is one of the things that allow you to be inspirational. When you say something like a theme out of this world, it can be from your imagination. Total different tones of purple, indigo, and white in a space suit. Out of this world. So he must have been a spaceman. Here we have the galaxies in front of us. So we got Spaceman in front of us.
North or approach Roman Catholic.
All the elements of crescent moons and so on. And Spaceman. Out of this world. The band is called Out of This World. And so we have the crescent-shaped moon, all those beautiful things that we can associate with Out of This World. You know, it's a statement that you make when something is beyond description.
When it's beautiful,
yes,
you say,
you look right, Out of This World. So we got a new band going to be coming up, Fufu Ye Traditional Mass.
Genius, genius, wicked genius. You that with so little achieved so much. Knowing how to calculate the dimensions of that helium-filled balloon, successfully lowering the gravitational pull on the pacifier, so you could enjoy a KFC Big Lime Bucket. 8 pieces of delicious chicken and 6 regular sides for only $99. More for less. genius.
The Junior Parade of the Bands is powered by
The party start, the party shot, the party sweet.
Yes. Like, I think some of the particular parties were called Bal Panache and so on. Of course, in the run-up to Carnival, in the run-up to the Mass. So here we have the movement of the Dame Lorraines.
Yeah, check it. It's really, really interesting how they do this stuffing and everything.
Yes, yes.
And she has it down to perfection.
And she gets the movement.
Yes. And somehow the costumes look pretty without being too saucy for the children.
Yes.
And of course the umbrellas.
Yeah, very good. We have a new band coming on stage now, clearly a small one with a little tot.
See some wings.
Hopefully, well, we can always say they're butterflies because they look like that. Can't seem to see the band. There's a banner. De la Okay, well, we've moved on again to our traditional fancy Indians. Guardians of the Ocean Nation. Ogala Nation. And I always think that this fancy Indian is so wonderful because not only do they depict the fancy Indian and traditional Indian mask that always was dealt with by people like Bailey and so on with such detail. Before we used to have the teepees and the totem poles and do powwows and the smoke elements that were so significant. So it's good to see the children portraying this mask. And hopefully they'll teach them some of the traditions that we need.
Perhaps because I'm now on the NCC board and I know the workings, I could say that the regional department of the NCC is doing a lot of workshops in traditional masks, and the costumes are actually made and the children wear them in the workshops. So a lot of this, and there's a big school program too with traditional masks, and the parade is on Carnival Friday. So I could well testify to the fact that our traditional mask is, there's a nursery for it in the school and in regional.
And in front of us now we have House of Yesteryear, and it seems to me that she's portraying somebody like Turisani. She has her skirt with a coquet broom and baskets, and of course the picture hat.
And she's waving the coquet broom.
Right. So before the pan we have the tambu bamboo, and I see elements of the tambu bamboo there in between. We have some borokis in front of us now.
Right.
the thing about the burroquita is that the skirts must completely cover
only the head of the burroquita must show.
Right.
Everything else is hidden. And are we seeing a blue devil there? Yes.
Yes, a paramount blue devil type, because again, even the blue devils have emerged into something different now. Because that's a cross between, I mean, they never used to have the wings before.
Yeah.
And like that, in a structured manner. We used to have red devils, blue devils, and of course the...
that's actually a very pretty blue devil.
Not menacing at all.
No.
And here we have another band called Exotic Blues. And of course the Exotic Blues would depict various floral elements.
The Junior Parade of the Bands is powered by
It's a bacchanal of savings at Ramesh and Leela this carnival. Jump and save with the lowest prices on the East-West corridor. Get in your section for weekly deals and big savings on every aisle. With Carnival Cooler Specials and everything you need for the vets and the road. Plus, save even more every time you use your value discount card. Ramesh is the Road March King this carnival. Ship through our San Juan and Fable Village outlets. Your #1 community food store on the corridor.
The party start, the party shot, the party sweet.
So we've settled again, and here we have a beautiful blue sky, kitty care somewhere over the rainbow. And all the elements of the sky with the umbrellas and these beautiful little children with flowers. Somewhere over the rainbow, and the nice puffy clouds there on the umbrellas that we saw, crescent shapes. I gather that on the walls of the flowers. I gather that they must have slits or put those forms on the umbrellas to accentuate so somewhere over the rainbow. What a beautiful rainbow depicted there. Remembering the Grandmaster is the next presentation coming up to us, and the Grandmaster being the dub of Kitchener. Remembering the Grandmaster Kitchener, all the elements of the songs that he would have produced. Flag Woman, and the Flag Woman would always have the elements of the sailors. I'm sure we're going to see, I'm not sure we have the Toco Band, Dame Lorraine's with the fans, all the elements that Rosin referred to earlier that were key in the mass. Here we have the sailors in front of us. Dame Lorraine, somewhere over the rainbows with the cloud. That's a classic form that they've used there. Again, in the snake-like form that was being referred to, that is very key. Steel band, the original type steel band, pan round your neck. Toko Band, of course, that was one of the pieces of music that he did. Bees Melody that we see on screen as well. So the Toko Band, and we really do have all the elements here of Kitchener's music, the Grandmaster. Long-time palette. I don't know if he did one of, I know Rose did something called palette, but it's reminiscent. Ice cream forms, here are the cones, all the other elements married together to so long time pallet truck.
Need cash but don't have your card? Now there's Cardless Cash. Available only via the Republic mobile app and Republic Online. Access up to $500 daily at any Blue machine. Download the Republic mobile app today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you. The Junior Parade of the Bands is powered by
2017 Easter Butterfly. Down memory lane, Bocono Productions. Once again for the judges, their registration number JMD 0011. Down memory lane.
Carnival 2019 at the home of Carnival, and we are at Carnival City, the Queen's Park, Savannah. The Republic Bank Junior Parade of the Bands, courtesy the NCC and by extension the Trinidad and Tobago Carnival Bands Association. Up next we have a registration number JMN 0066. JMN 0066. From the presentation, locally assembled creative people. On stage, all are we is African. Non-school category. Registration number JMN 0066. All are we is Africa. For Carnival 2019, presented by locally assembled creative people.
All are we is Africans, and we have, of course, all the elements of the African mask there. a queen. We the little
Yes.
children as well enjoying the celebratory part of the African Mass. So we have a parade. I think I take your point in this particular one. Many too many parents.
Yes. It definitely interferes with the presentation of a band.
Maybe you need to remind them of that when they are actually getting all their packages.
Usually what happens is that the parents are allowed to meet the children on the other end of the stage. But I'm not quite sure if there is a pathway between the stage for them to go through.
Yeah, I think there is.
There is, and somebody should be guiding the parents there because they interfere with the presentation.
And while there aren't that many marks, I think it's 10 points or something for presentation.
Yeah.
I think it's very key that you want to allow them to display the designer's concepts to the fullest here. And this is one of the main stages at the culmination of the annual Parade of the Bands 2019 in this case, and all of we as Africans, we're seeing the mass on stage. What a beautiful element as a new band comes on stage. Definitely a floral element here.
Yeah.
It must be a small band, but nevertheless, they're beautiful costumes. And I think the enjoyment is to be really encouraged because this is where they learn to play the mass. One of the things that I found over the years, and it seems that you all have managed to sanitize, for want of a better word, we don't see we see pure dance, we see pure mass. There was a period where the children would be sort of really doing very heavy winding down.
Definitely does not belong in junior mass. And I'm very happy so far to see that all the costumes, the children are well covered, because there was a time that the stomach out.
Unless it's part of a portrayal like an East Indian something.
But it was creeping in where the kids were looking a little too grown up. But I'm happy to say that so far what I've seen is very decent dancing and very decent costumes.
So this is the memory. I don't know. We'll have to sort of go on the fly for this one.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
for me and you, and I think to myself,
what a wonderful world.
The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
With the trend, I mean, even if it was something esoteric like
I did start with kids themes like Coney Island and so in the early years, but then in 1996 I graduated to local themes and never looked back.
Right.
There's enough inspiration around that we could get, to platform this stage, use it as a platform to showcase what is great about Trinidad and Tobago.
what I like about the variety in these bands is that they're portraying peace,
Yeah.
and they've quite rightly chosen white because we associate what we spoke too soon.
Yes.
But as a quick little one,
Yeah.
the element of peace is always portrayed with white, and it's the purity.
And love with red. We saw some hearts pass across earlier.
And this one's called Love Boat. Oh, isn't that something? What would that a boat? But it's the love boat as portrayed in that television program that we used to see. Love boat. So I guess we're going to see many elements of the characters that were in the love boat. I must say, a beautiful presentation and well decorated with hearts.
Yes.
And they managed
And
to get this with
moving
waves.
really well too.
Yes. Many, well, it's 3 wheels, so that they have fulfilled the prerequisite of not more than 3 wheels.
What happens today too is some of the costumes that were carried by the children before would have racks for them to enable them to make the whole journey today.
So they would rest. Somebody would take those, right?
Yeah.
Musical clowns is the next one that we're going to see coming up on stage, and that's another costume that we have in our tradition that seems to have died.
Yes.
Clowns, but the really beautiful kind of embellished clowns. Of course, the elements of a clown is a mask and the huge pantaloon kind of trousers, the nose. What kind of clown could this one be? So we have artistic license here. We have a steel pan clown, and here we have an African clown. All the elements. And the mop of hair that is usually colored, that also depicts the clown. Bright red or green, and a clown hat.
Fluorescent green.
Yes. And again, the circle elements on the pantaloons. Are we moving again? Yes. This is Fantasia. And Fantasy. This is Patrick Roberts' band.
And this costume was in the school category of the Junior Kings and Queens.
And it was a wonderful one.
It was wonderful.
I think that Fantasy is just what it says. It's Moonlight Fantasy that we're seeing, and all of these are based on the sailor costume elements, and Patrick has managed to get them to move, the mobility. That is a fantasy, i.e. we have the elements of the pan on it, so we have the sailor mask, and they really are having fun there.
And the costumes are moving beautifully, touching a little bit.
I remember seeing one, I don't know if it come up on screen or if he's there today. His son, who is Patrick Roberts Jr., had the seascape, but he managed to just put elements so that you got the sailing boats the sails of the boat.
And definitely this costume has a big element of hand painting involved.
Yes. Yes, I think...
The Junior Parade of the Bands is powered by
Need cash but don't have your card? Now there's Cardless Cash. Available only via the Republic mobile app and Republic Online. Access up to $500 daily at any Blue machine. Download the Republic mobile app today.
Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
Genius. Genius. Wicked genius. You that with so little achieved so much. Knowing how to calculate the dimensions of that helium-filled balloon, successfully lowering the gravitational pull on the pacifier, so you could enjoy a KFC Big Lime Bucket. 8 pieces of delicious chicken and 6 regular sides for only $99. More for less. Genius.
And I would imagine what we're seeing in front of us now in terms of the choreography is black gold. The oil is just a touch of real gold. We haven't seen many of those kind of, how should I put it, the choreography that leads into...
This is the first one I'm seeing.
Yes, for the afternoon, morning period. The drama in the mass was something I think that Mitchell was very strong on, and since then many have used it to express.
But also too, when the presentations are being done, it should be somehow connected with the theme of the band to make sense.
Yeah, well, you know, one of the elements that we saw there with the black gold is that I think I was seeing the pitch lake as well, because they have the tradition of the bird. I listened on in connected with the pitch lake. So now we have in front of us another part of the band. I guess the pitch lake again with the different elements that you get when you spin the circle. There's a lot of light in the pitch lake. That is quite beautiful. There are lots of indigenous birds and so on. And here we have the traditions of we seem to have changed bands again. No, it's just a second banner, but we are in the same band. So the Trinidad and Tobago colors are black and
red, white and black, featuring
being highlighted with a swash of golden boots, and I think that in itself speaks. Golden boots. When last have you seen such a
an array of gold boots? And you know, it's a very important aspect of the costume. That when you look down, you see the uniformity of all the shoes in the same color. It's very, very important.
So coming up now, we have Mass Adventures, and we've got
Mass Adventurers.
Yes, something, the melting pot? No, I think it's the melting pot. But anyhow, on screen we have the African element, of the melting pot. That would make sense. All the elements of the melee of the Trinidad and Tobago ethnicity here.
And the umbrella used there again in the first section. And
Asian, some element of Asia, yes. We
Yes.
see the lanterns.
Yes.
That's always something that I think sometimes gets used to the best advantage, the paper lantern, because you can illuminate it as well.
Life is on, it goes on and on. For GLTE, going strong. From dusk till dawn, life is on, it goes on and on. For GLTE, going strong. From dusk till dawn, I post it, I gram it, I tweet it, I snap it, I share it with me mobile, life is on. I post it, I gram it, I tweet it, I snap it, I share it with me mobile, life is on. Covered. Sign up today. Life is on with B-Mobile.
That's not a game. What would that be? Testing our skills here today.
for sure on my eyesight.
But that is one of the things that would allow us, I think... am
I seeing cards? Playing cards?
Playing cards. No, yes. Some kind of numbers. Hopscotch. I think that would be hopscotch, yes. Pick up 6 I saw portrayed as the
Jacks, am I seeing?
That's it.
Yes.
They are depicted,
Yes.
replicated on it.
Jack.
This would be pick up sticks.
Yes.
That is lovely.
Yes.
Remember you used to pick up all the various sticks and throw
Yes,
them down
and
and try
yes.
to pick them up.
Yep.
That is a skill because it sort of deals with your balance and your dexterity.
You have to
and
move
so
one without letting the rest
touching
shake.
the others.
Yes.
Okay, so we're moving on now to tribal. What joy. We get to use our imaginations here as well. Tribal celebration. And of course, we have a pagoda form in front of us. And I think that is absolutely beautiful.
It is.
That's something that I could see you doing. Tribal elements, and they've done the Japanese pagodas and the various elements here of that is a serpentine form. I'm not sure the connection. But here we have the pagoda atop, and that's beautifully replicated in gold. What kind
Very
of satin?
intricate,
Yes.
very intricate, and the shape is perfect.
And they put the graphic element very clearly.
Yes.
I find that there is a return to a lot more research, particularly in the Trinidad, in the junior mass of Trinidad and Tobago, where the mass designers would definitely do to their encyclopedias, etc., to get the
which is the way it's supposed to be, because mass is really portrayal. Mass must have a story to make it meaningful, because this is how we learned it from the icon that I remember seeing as a child. It was historical mass, it was about kings and queens. I know we must evolve, but we still must keep the true meaning alive of what we do here. Our mass should really be portrayal mass. I know, as I say, I know we have passed that, but it's still alive in the kids' mass.
And they do tell us the various categories under which they'll be judged.
And well, when we were young and playing mass, you could tell right away who was from. Okay. Yeah. We have a new band here. As the pagoda moves off.
Crochet fantasy.
Right.
Can't be crochet. It is crochet. Alright, crochet fantasy.
And the organization is Joe Mass and Associates, and it's a non-school band.
And we've moved again.
Sisters, come let us go. Massy have everything for you. Quality goods, the best for true. Massy, you can make. Come on. Go in Massy stores cause they're leading. Massy stores have everything. Appliance and grocery shopping. Massy stores they have for you. Like you don't understand, well hear me. Massy is the best in the country. No other can do it like Massy. No, baby, no. Tell the park your groceries in a Massy bag. Massy stores is asking T&T. Johnny cause to help we country. And for who did the part, thank you for more heart. Massy stores is doing everything they can do. Massy stores, come let us go. Massy have everything for you. Quality goods, the best for true. Massy looking me. This is Farmer Nappy from Massy stores. Our family serving your family. Come on. Na 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 na. Boy, boy. Boy, boy. Boy, boy. So, you are the party start. Boy, boy. The party shot. Boy, boy. The party sweet. Boy, boy.
The princess. They're really coming thick and fast now.
Yes.
We finished the journey through the Sindong Festival, and we're looking at a new band, the Princess, and they dropped the banner too quickly, so we lost out on that one.
The banner is very lightly painted too.
The knight, the princess and the knight, and the princess and it's the knight and the dragon and so on, but they've almost left the stage as well. And on stage we're seeing yet another band, another portrayal here in front of us at the Queen's Park Savannah that says "Protest in Folklore Land." Protest in Folklore Land. That's an interesting
Protect
one.
the folklore.
Is that protect? That would make more sense.
I think it's protect.
I think you will be right, but I can't see the banner of that. So, protect protect the folklore. That will make sense. And we see the elements of Papa Bois.
Okay, would this be it? Protest in Folklore Land by the Carnival
It is
Arts.
protest, yes.
Yes, Carnival Arts College non-school.
Right.
And the band leader for this band would be David Williams.
Aha. It is protest in that case.
Yes.
he is saying that we need to preserve all the ecology and the environment, and so on screen we have the big costumes that have the Papa Bois figures. We're going to the next band already.
Band again.
Yes, talk your talk. Talk your talk. That's a nice phrase that we say. Talk your talk. You're mocking pretender.
Correct.
And Three Canal, exemplars of the speech form of just talk. People like Brother Resistance and so on, who started that whole scenario that has metamorphosized into slam. So now we have sort of jab, come Borokit and merger. Talk your talk, Piero. All the speech elements of the mass have gone by. Ding dong in bronze. I wonder what that could be. Are we ringing the kingdom in bronze? Kingdom in bronze. Of course, we used to have...
It's a bacchanal of savings at Ramesh and Leela this carnival. Jump and save with the lowest prices on the East-West corridor. Get in your section for weekly deals and big savings on every aisle. With Carnival cooler specials and everything you need for the vets and the road. Plus, save even more every time you use your value discount card. Ramesh is the Road March King this carnival. Ship through all San Juan and Cable Village outlets. Your #1 community